やめないでもっとわかりたい
Say I love you. I love you is a very powerful phrase. If you're deeply, madly in love with someone, as soon as they say those words, your soul brightens and your aura just magnifies 10,000 times. When you first hear those words, it's nothing you'll ever experience again. The first time you hear someone say that to you, it's beautiful, and beauty and magnificence is what really captures Say I Love You the most. Say I Love You is a 13 episode anime. It's a romantic drama shoujo anime. It ran from October 2012 to late December of 2012. It's fully out. It's officially licensed on Crunchyroll, so you can go watch it there. And this is just going to be my review of the series. So let's get straight into it. Say I Love You is all about the main character, Mei. That's Mei. Apologies for the Japanese names. You know me right now. I'm no good with them. Who is a very antisocial girl. She really is a closed person who doesn't have any friends or wants to make any friends. A traumatic experience in her youth made her realize that maybe, I shouldn't have friends, and she tries to keep herself close so she never feels the pain of being betrayed by her friends. And one day accidentally roundhouse kicks the most popular boy in the school, Yamato. Yamato then becomes infatuated by her. He becomes interested in her, starts like just bugging her and trying to become friends with her. He gives Mei his number, and one day after she finishes work, she realizes that there's a stalker stalking her, obviously. Stranger danger, people. She begins to panic and hides in the store and tries to phone her mother, and that's the only name in her phone book. And out of desperation, she calls Yamato, who turns up to help her, and they share a kiss. He kisses her just to make the stalker go away, and that was her first kiss. And from there, she begins to develop feelings, and Yamato slowly starts bringing it out of her shell. He starts bringing her to like karaoke clubs so that she can start interacting with people, and so that he can become closer to her. And Mei becomes more interested in Yamato, and by the end of episode 2, they share a very passionate scene where they pretty much just say that how they feel about each other and actually start being boyfriend and girlfriend. So let's talk about the two main characters. I'll start off with the main character, which the series really follows more of, is Mei, the main girl. The anime is very much told on her perspective of the entire thing. We do get other perspectives as well, but it's really told through her eyes, because we get a lot of her monologuing, which really helps capture the worries and feelings that she's having in certain situations. Like I said, at the beginning of the series, she is very much a very close person. Even like later on, like in the sort of first 3 episodes, she's a very close person who doesn't really want to interact with people, who has no real friends. And it's a really cool journey throughout this anime as we see her change and mature because of Yamato. Yamato is actually very much a big influence on her to actually start coming out of her shell and actually becoming a new person, pretty much. She's still very weak emotionally because there's certain things that she never had emotions about before, because she's never been in love before. So certain things, like certain rumors, might actually impact her more than, say, another girl example, because she's never had those feelings before. So if people start making rumors like, oh, he's cheating on her, it actually affects her very much more. She's actually quite emotionally weak, but she's a very great character. She's very honest, humble, she's straightforward with people, and she's very much a very helpful person. She actually helps like 2 side characters become a couple, which is really cool. And yet there's a bit of like hypocrisy there, because like the stuff that she says to them lot, she doesn't really do herself. That's because she's too shy. She's still like coming out, and it's a really great journey seeing how she starts from point zero, basically, from like this really shy emo girl basically to this sort of wonderful person who has like a lot of friends with her. She's so happy, and like later in the series where she's like walking home alone, she feels even more lonelier than usual. Like she's used to walking home alone, but now she's like, I don't want to walk home alone because I have so many friends now. I just want them near me. I don't want to be alone again. It's really cool to see her change throughout the series. Yamato is also an interesting character. He's the most popular guy in school, and for good reason. He's a very nice person. He's not a dick. He's not like the baseball player, the jock. Like, oh yeah, man, I'm just going, oh, touchdown, just throw those geeks into the trash or something. He's not like that. He's a very nice person. He's very kind. He always helps people out, whether they're a boy or a girl. He's very attractive as well. Yes, I know. I just said that. That's weird, but still, he's a very nice character. He helps a lot of people out. girls just like fall head over heels over him because of how attractive he is, and he becomes very infatuated with May, and actually is a very nice person towards her. He's very passionate about how much he loves her, and she gets kind of freaked out by that. She's like, we're like, oh, I never felt this way before. But it's really great to see him. He's not a two-dimensional character. It's not because he's like popular, you know. He's actually quite a deep person. Like, you learn that he's this nice person, and pretty much like it's almost like a facade. He B's popular and B's a nice guy in order to blend in with people, so he doesn't stick out, so he doesn't become targets for anyone else. That's his sort of backstory, that he feels like he's a bit of a coward for the fact that he never helped people out when they were bullied, like his friend, for example. You know, he just sort of blended in the crowd so that he wouldn't be a target. It's really cool that he actually has a bit of depth to him as well. What's really cool as well, the fact that even though he's going out in May, he still acts normal. He himself doesn't change throughout this series, well, at least the first half of the series. In the first half of the series, he's pretty much the same person that he was before he met May. You know, very nice to people, help people out, and that's a big problem, because as you know, when you're going out with someone, things change. You have to become a little bit of a different person. You have to mature. You have to be more, to really be, okay, you know what, I was like this before, but I can't do this now, so I have to be more, give my attention more to my girlfriend so I can take care of her, so that she can love me, so I can be the best person that I can be for her. But he doesn't do that at first. He doesn't realize that his actions are actually causing pain for her, which is something that's developed, and he realized that, you know what, I have to change now, which is really cool, because at first I was like, you know, why aren't you changing? Why are you doing this? You're an idiot. You know, you shouldn't be doing that because you're going to hurt her feelings. And then the anime is like, okay, we know that. He realized this and he changes, which is really cool. So he's a bit more depth to him. He's not just like a generic jock person. Another really interesting thing about this anime, even though it is 13 episodes long, the side characters are really well developed. Two of the side characters, who are females, are kind of antagonistic to the main character of Mei. But the thing is, though, they're not just like 2D villains that you think, oh, you're bitches, we hate you. They're not like that at all. They have reasons for why they're jealous of Mei or hate her. But at the same time, they actually have quite a bit of character development and backstory to make you understand that they are actually human. There's actually reasons as to why they are a bit angry and a bit like vexed at Mei than they should be. It's really interesting. Like, for example, the character of Ayako, who for the longest time used to wear up makeup to make herself look pretty, and you know, she was very good friends with Yamato, and actually slept with Yamato, and you know, she feels like, oh, why are you going out? Why is he going out with me? Why is he not going out with me? But you realise that her backstory, that there was a big tragedy in her life involving a relationship. That's why that she changed. She lost weight so that she could become more beautiful, because she felt that she was inferior, that people didn't like her because of the fact that she might have been ugly or something. So there's actually quite a bit of character to her. She's not just like a 2D villain. Same with the later character in the series called Megumi, I think. Yeah, she's like an amateur model, and she actually falls for Yamato, but she doesn't like the fact that Mei is his boyfriend, so she tries to cut her out of his life and try to take her for himself. But it's a really cool thing. She's really popular. She's always like laughing and giggling and buying people stuff and gifts and stuff. And you know, she thinks she's all high and mighty and superior than everyone else. But actually, there's actually a really sad backstory to her. You see her as an antagonist and even a bitch sometimes. But there's actually a really sad backstory to her. So even though at first you do sort of hate these sort of antagonistic characters, you actually realize that, wait, these are just human people. You know, you actually care and feel sorry for them because they're past. You know, because for some reason every boy in Japan are dicks. I don't know why. The one thing I love about this anime is the fact that it's about a relationship. That's one of the reasons why I really loved Mysterious Girlfriend X. It wasn't a cliche thing where, won't they get together? No, they don't do that, okay? Cut the middleman out. This is a relationship. We're going to follow their relationship and see it grow. But the thing about this anime, what I really like, is the fact that it's more realistic, you know. When the relationship starts off, it's a bit awkward, you know, they're getting used to one another, there's still a bit of shyness there, you know, they're trying to get to know each other better. And they really start growing their relationship, they actually get to know a lot more about one another. But throughout the series, later on in the series, there are things that happen which like almost puts a wedge, and it almost looks like the relationship could end because of these things. Like I said, because of the way Yamato is, who doesn't really change and realise that he's doing stuff that Mei is getting hurt by. He doesn't realize this, thus creating a wedge. There's a time where Mei and Yamato aren't really seeing much of each other, and that's really painful to see because she feels like she's losing him. There's parts where she feels as if she's inferior to the other people, the women out there who are more beautiful than her, that she cannot live up to them. She's no good for him. It's really great to see that people making rumors and talking, backchatting them. Small things that really wouldn't hurt not a person, but when you're in love or it's the first time experiencing love, when people are saying stuff about the person you care about, it actually hurts a lot more. So it's not just like a great slope upwards to like, oh, we're so madly in love. No, it's like a road. It's gonna be bumpy. There's gonna be problems here and there, which is what I really love. Is the fact that it feels really realistic because you feel that this relationship is going through quite a few turmoils, but the fact that it can come out stronger than ever before. I really do think that people who have ever experienced love or being with someone they really care about, or have been or will be with someone they care about, can really relate to this anime. I mean, there's definitely parts in this anime where I really did feel like I can relate to this. For example, the whole thing of men, we don't know what we did joke thing, that's sort of evident. The fact that Yamato doesn't realize what he's done wrong, that's kind of funny. I was like, wait a minute, I know that feel. That's ridiculous, so you can actually relate to it. Guys can relate to it, girls can relate to it. So I think it's really cool, it's got both elements there. Stuff that guys can relate to, like the fact that people might be saying that, oh, your girlfriend's going out with someone else, something like that, you'd feel vexed, and, if you ever experienced that, you probably relate to that, stuff with the girls, like with Mei feeling inferior to other girls, feeling like she's not beautiful enough for her boyfriend or stuff like that. I think girls can really relate to that as well if you ever had that experience. I know people do feel that sometimes. One of the really cool things I liked about this anime, the fact that some of the characters, the earlier antagonistic characters, go to Yamato, oh, why are you going out with her? She's not as cute or as sexy as other women out there. And he's like, she will be mine, because I love her so much and stuff like that. Which I think a lot of people can actually relate to, because if you're madly in love with someone, okay, they glow like no other woman can. They are so beautiful. They're no one can compare to that person you're with. They're like, I know that feel very well. Like no one can ever compare to that one person, which is something that I can really relate to in this anime. Is there any problems with this anime? Kinda. I can't really say because I really don't feel there's any problems. If I'm gonna nitpick, and I'm really trying, I think that Mei can be a little bit too over emotional sometimes. I'm just thinking, oh, get over it, for God's sake, why are you crying again? But no, it's because of her character. She was originally a very close person. She really tries to keep herself bottled up. The thing about her is that she really just bottles up all her emotions, and when she cries, it's just a way of letting it out. So I can't really say that's a complaint, which is really mean of me. One complaint I do have is the fact that episode 13 is really lackluster, because episode 12 really felt like a beautiful ending to a series. Maybe episode 13 wasn't over yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But if it wasn't, that's kind of a surprise, because episode 12 ended very beautifully, where it feels like an end of a series. It's kind of like the developers of this anime went, "Ear up, Jim, I got episode 13 finished." And I was like, alright, I'm going to post it online. There we go. Oh, fucking hell, mate, this ain't episode 13 at all. This is episode 12. There must have been a smudge on it. How the hell did that work? Okay, I'll just quickly write up another episode. That's how it felt. It just felt like the episode 13 was really out of place, because throughout the entire series it had a really great balance of like a bit of comedy there and a great drama. Episode 13 was just far too wacky for me. I felt that it really did take away from the rest a little bit from the series, because it was very well balanced. But even then, just to hear the last line of the series, which was "I love you," I think that last line really made episode 13 worth it, because it was really beautiful and really lovely, and just so nice to hear her finally say that. So overall, what do I give this? I give this a 9 out of 10. I really do think that this is something you should watch. It's a fantastic relationship anime. The fact that there's this whole these bumps along the way of their relationship and stuff. A few minor things might be annoying, but overall it's a fantastic watch. Please go watch it. You will love it. If you've ever been in a relationship, or have been in a relationship, or currently in one, you could really relate to this. Even if you're not, if you just want to watch really good anime, really good romance anime, go watch this. It's fantastic. You can watch this officially on Crunchyroll. All 13 episodes are there, so you can watch it there legally like really good boys. So that's all, and see you next time.